Good day, everyone. So, today we will talk about the biodiversity and healthy society. So, before we formally begin our discussion for today, let me first introduce the objective for this discussion. So, at the end of the discussion, the student will be able to emphasize the relevance of biodiversity towards attaining healthy society. Second, to define the relationship between health and biodiversity. And lastly, to identify the threat of biodiversity towards healthy society. So what is biodiversity? So biodiversity originate from Greek word bios or bio, which means life, and the Latin word diversity, which means variety or difference. So the whole word biodiversity generally therefore means variety of life. So biodiversity is underpins all life on earth and refers to biological variety in all its forms, from plants, animals to cultural diversity. It is the quantity and variation of plants, animals, and other organisms that are existing in a certain ecosystem. So this is mean that biodiversity is not only pertaining to plants, animals, but it also include microorganisms like bacteria, archaea, and also biodiversity provides many goods and services essential here on Earth. The management of natural resources can determine the baseline health status of a community. So biodiversity supports human and societal needs including food security, energy, development of medicine and pharmaceutical and fresh water which together underpins a good health. So this biodiversity from the early times when ancient philosopher of nature tried to explain all things as coming from element of water, fire, air, or earth, science sought for common characteristic and unifying element in all of nature many phenomena. There was growing awareness of how all living things are related to each other. An idea is called biodiversity. So, this recognition started when neutralists began to classify organisms in natural world using taxonomy, a system devised by Swedish scientist Carl Linnaeus, still used in biological science today. So taxonomy is the hierarchical system of classifying and naming organism. It builds an ability of the mind to find the common in the diverse, the one in the many. It is a system commonly used today and show the thought that living organisms in the world are so diverse. They still share many threats. How do the many living organisms of a diverse region survive? So the answer lies in the way that available energy supply in the world is shared among different species through the virus ecological relationship. So the energy needed to live is shared among the elements of the living world or passed on from one to another. There is a 2010 UN International Year of Biodiversity. So this is held in 2010 to raise an awareness the importance of biodiversity worldwide. So the UN declared 2010 to be the International Year of Biodiversity, the International Year for the Rapprochement of Culture, and the International Year of Youth. So what do people do? So the International Year of Biodiversity celebrate life on Earth and biodiversity value for people lives. So people around the world are invited to participate in activities and events that promotes International Year of Biodiversity in 2010. Through action, it is an anticipated that the variety of life on Earth biodiversity will be safeguarded. So there are many ways in which individual, government bodies, and non-government organization plan on participating in this event. So there are some events of this International Year of Biodiversity. So first activity is including biodiversity related in education curriculum. Second is making smart consumption choices to protect biodiversity. Third, taking part in the AIC ug Nagoya International E-Conference on the Post-2010 Biodiversity Target, also known as ANIEC 2010. So next is the following CBD news on Twitter. The Convention on Biological Diversity acronym is CBD. So next one we have participating in Green Wave, a multi-year global campaign that gives children and young people the chance to raise awareness about biodiversity and the need to reduce its loss. So, biological diversity, also known as biodiversity, is the term given the variety of life here on Earth and the natural pattern it forms. So, this diversity is often understood in terms of the variety of plants, animals, and microorganisms. About 1.75 million species are identified, so mostly small creatures such as insects. So some scientists believe that there are actually about 13 million species through estimate range from 3 to 100 million. So, the loss of biodiversity threatens food supplies, opportunity for recreation and tourism, and sources of wood, medicine, and energy. So it also interferes with essential ecological function. On December 2016, the UN General Assembly declared 2010 as the International Year of Biodiversity. So it designed that Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity as the event focal points. So the Assembly also invited the secretariats to work with other UN bodies. So environmental agreements are organization to bringing greater international attention to the continued loss of biodiversity. The International Year Biodiversity focuses on boosting awareness of biodiversity is important by promoting to foster biodiversity worldwide. So various partners have committed to actively participating in or organization activities and projects for this year-long event. So
Biodiversity is essential for the process that support life on Earth, including humans. Without a wide range of animals, plants, and microorganisms, we cannot have the healthy ecosystem that we rely on to provide us with the air we breathe and the food we eat. And people also value nature of itself.